Alright, so I am back, and I don't know how well this is going to come off on the camera, but I said I'd do an update video on the Mini MP Prime when I got the Hedgem on it, and I got the Hedgem on it. But people were also asking me to see if there's anything I can figure out about the big screw that was in the back of the neck that makes it so his head doesn't, his head can't look up. So here's what I found. So I'm gonna guess it's not just mine because they have this screw for it, and this is the screw that gets in the way. But let me try and get this in as close as I can. So here's the back of the neck, and inside here, the screw should, hypothetically, fit inside this hole. And then when it's inside this hole, it should catch on this little lip that's in here. But because they didn't, I don't think they redesigned this piece. Instead, they just made it smaller from the actual MP10. That little lip that's inside there, just right back in here, maybe you can see better here. Yeah, this little lip that's in here is very small, thin plastic. So my guess, and this is just a guess, this is not fact, I haven't talked to anybody, but you can see, yeah, you can see that little lip there. My guess is they started putting the screws in and realized that that little piece of plastic was not sturdy enough to hold the screw, so that it tore out. So this screw, when you put it in, it doesn't fit inside the hole. Instead, it fits on the outside, like this. It's not wanting to go in there, but so it fits outside the hole because it's too wide. Most likely because, like I said, that little piece in there was too small. So you have a few options. You can take a razor blade. I haven't done this. You can take a razor blade and you can carve off a section of the back of the head, giving it space for the screw. Let me grab a real MP10. Let's see if I can describe it. Okay, so you can see where that screw hole is. So you'd want to carve like a section about that big, about close to the screw hole out, so that when you pull the head back, this whole section would have that space for the screw to move. I don't know if you guys would want to do that. Let's see here. I'm gonna do it real quick. Hold on. But I'm not gonna do it with my actual head. The actual head. So I'm gonna do it with, let's do this Orion head, because this is one head that I will not be using for this figure. I don't even know how this thing's gonna fit, to be honest. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna make this look pretty. I'm just gonna clip off a section here. I need to get new clippers. I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. Alright, there we go. Now let's put this neck piece back together. I thought about just gluing this piece together, but my concern is because it's on that joint. One, if you mess up on the glue, ever so slightly, you run the risk of losing the neck articulation altogether. And also, super glue may not hold with a piece that small in that tight of an area that's on a joint. I wouldn't, bet on it holding up. All right, so there's that. Let's get this head on there real quick. Head is on, and as you see, he now has that up and down articulation. So that's one thing you could do is, you can obviously, you'd want to spend a little bit more time and get like a razor blade and, and clean it up a little bit. Make it look pretty. If that's the way you want to go. I mean, if I wanted to spend more time on it, I can make it look better. But I don't want to really have a big gaping hole in my Prime's head. I thought about, maybe changing out the screw. Again, that piece in there is too small. I wouldn't want to risk it. What I'm going to try, and I haven't, like I said, I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to try and shave off a little bit around this hole. See if I can just widen the hole just enough to get that screw to fit in. Hard to do this on camera, I tell you that. Again, if you don't know how to work a razor blade around small areas close to your fingers, don't do this. Just deal with not having a head that rotates up. All right, we'll give that a shot. I don't know if that was enough, but only way you can really try is to put it back on and see how it works. I didn't really think this was going to turn into like a repair bay video, but I guess it did. I'll fit in there a little bit closer. Alright, which is the good head? That's the good head. I thought about changing the heads out and using a different head, but at the end of the day, I really like this. Just the classics G1 Prime look. Only thing I would change it out for is if it had one of those, the wider antennas. I know Faith Leader had that option, but then you can't transform it with it on. I do not like this screwdriver. I just couldn't find my real one. All right, let's see if that worked. He gets a little bit more up than he did. If I spent a little bit more time on it, I know I can clear that out pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, so those are your two options on how to fix that. Clip out a section of the head or drill out the back of the screw. Those are your options. For me, I'm gonna leave it how it is because I mean it bugs me a little bit, but it's not terrible. It's not something that I'm going to be like really fretting about. But those are your two options on how to fix it if it is important to you. Like I said, just clip out the back section like I did with the Orion head, or drill out the back of the screw, because like I said, that is starting to work. I just need to spend more time on it, and I just don't really want to. There's Optimus, and here is the gray silver version of Hegemon. So, to the head, let's see if I have something straight here. Use this knife. Alright, to the top of the head, they are smokestack was getting in the way. They are Hegemon is just a hair shorter. If you go to the antenna, it's more noticeable, but to the top of the actual head, he's just a hair shorter. So this Prime, I would say, does scale better with Hegemon than Orion did. Because Orion was taller than him, and you had to get the moon shoes. So I'd say, I mean, these guys are really close in scale. The only thing is that I wouldn't say that Hegemon has it in the quality department. I mean, this is actually a good version. I messed around with it after I got it. I just got it in last night, and I messed around with it a little bit. And quite frankly, it's a very good quality version of Hegemon version 2. I didn't have any of the QC issues that I had on the first one. But the problem I have with it is just like you could tell Chug, and this is MP. Even though it's Chug scale, it's definitely more of an MP design, paint-wise, quality, plastic, everything. So if this company were to knock off this Hegemon, maybe change out the hands with maybe even just copy the Optimus hands and put them on there. Throw a little die cast in there, and did some nice high-quality paint on this thing. Then we're talking, these guys would look really, really good together. I think they look great together now, but they don't look perfect together. I would say, yeah, they're really close to looking great. Now, somebody was asking me the other day too, my Galvatron review, which we'll get back to him later. Here's the Galvatron and the Optimus. They wanted to see that, and it's like, okay, we got third-party Chug, we got a knockoff mini Optimus Prime, and then we got this thing. This thing doesn't fit in this at all. I hate this thing. You guys know my opinion on that. Here's Sentinel Prime. I honestly think he looks better here. And yeah, these guys are only just a little bit taller than him. And here is, because everyone said that they're too short, Mania King. And yeah, he is a little short in comparison to the rest of them, but still looks great. I'd say he looks better with the Prime than the Hegemon does, even if he is a little bit smaller. So, yeah. Let's see, what else can I throw over there? How about a iGear Sharkticon? There you go. There he is with an iGear Sharkticon. Is that something you like? These guys are coming soon. Yeah, there you go. I guess that's all there is to say there.